Speaking of ancient creatures in an environment they weren't meant for,
Yeah.
Sean Connery and Thunderball.
Yes.
Now,
Bond.
I kind
James
of
Bond.
repeated myself with the transition I made for Prehistoric Planet's Ice Age season, but
Eh,
it's you know what? If it worked once, keep doing it.
yes, indeed. Yes. So yeah, our final review of the night, Thunderball, which is the fourth James Bond film and the fourth in the Sean Connery line of films uh, after Goldfinger and right before You Only Live Twice, which I will say I probably prefer that movie over this one.
That's the one where he fakes his death and pretends to be Japanese, right?
Yes. Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
Goldfinger. I have seen You Only Live Twice. I've never seen this one.
I hadn't seen this one either. Yeah. And I've heard mixed things about it. And having seen it, I can kind of understand why. Um, so this movie picks up, I think, probably right not long after Goldfinger, where you have the villainous organization Spectre, which I'm gonna have to look, try to remember what that was an anagram for. Uh,
While you do that, I thought that one of the funniest things about it was, given what's been in the news lately, Spectre is working it's out of Paris, and their front is like uh, a a organization that's designed to help refugees get relocated or something like that.
yeah.
And it's just like, man, an NGO that's related to refugees and migrants being accused of shady things. Was
Yeah.
this written last week?
Yeah. Okay, so Spectre stands for Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion.
Wonder
And
how
they're
long it
led.
took them to think of that one.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Probably quite a while. And they're led by, of course, Ernst Stavro Blofeld. Of course, of course, we don't see Blofeld in this movie. You only see like his hands, and then the white cat. And of course he does the scene from like on Austin Powers. Why must I be surrounded by freaking idiots?
As I was watching this movie after seeing Austin Powers recently for the show,
Yeah,
I just kept thinking, oh, this is the exact James Bond movie they were parodying.
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah, especially the plot of the movie. Yeah, so the movie's main villain, whose name is called Largo, but he's the number two inspector. His name number two.
Yeah, the similarities just keep stacking up, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, right down to the eye patch. And so Spectre hatches this plot to steal these two atomic bombs and hold the world for ransom. And they have what was it? 3 days to pay the ransom off.
Right before they just blow up two cities for the fun of it.
Yes. And so, of course, one of the agents dispatched to find the bombs is none other than James Bond, and his lead is down in the Bahamas in Nassau because he wants to find the sister of the pilot who was flying the plane that stole the bombs, but in reality, it wasn't him. It was another guy who got plastic surgery to make himself look like the pilot. Uh, and so, Bond, of course, being Bond, he saddles up to her. Of course, she's the girlfriend of Largo, and all that.
What's really funny is that the way it's presented, it almost looks like Bond just decided to pursue this lead because he saw a picture of her and thought she was hot. Like
Yeah.
it's not even so much that he had a hunch as
Hmm. Well, she was played by let's see, the actress's name was Claudine Auger, and I believe she was Miss France
I would
at the
believe it.
time. Yeah.
Uh, so to take a step back, outside of the main plot, uh, I would say that this movie is like peak James Bond in a number of ways. Um, so the Bond babes are top tier, and I'm
Mhm.
not even just talking from like a looks perspective, but like they each perform their roles perfectly.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
let's see. So you've got Fiona, played by Luciana Paluzzi, who
Yes.
is working with Largo, and she is an amazing femme fatale character.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like she feels dangerous without switching over to girl bossery.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Funny how writers back in the 1960s were able to have that balance, unlike today.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. uh, and, Arco says, of course they made Thunderball twice, had to complete the set. Yes, yeah. So there was another movie that was basically Thunderball. It was called Never Say Never Again, which brought Sean Connery back to play James Bond. Although technically it's not a James Bond, it's not canonically a James Bond movie, but that's another story for another time.
Right. It was not made by Eon. It was the Broccolis were not involved in it.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, but to get back to this movie, yeah, the Bond girls are great in this movie. You know,
Both the goodies and the baddies.
yes.
I will say there was one scene that was a bit uncomfortable, where James is recovering from an injury he suffered in his opening sequence,
Yeah.
or um, where
Yeah.
he. It's hard not to have it look like he forced himself upon her.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. That scene made me uncomfortable too. Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where if we had gotten an indication that she was into him at all, like if she'd been flirting back or anything, but no, she was just being totally professional and acting like she just wanted him to stop, and he did not.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, kind of plays into a lot of the criticisms that some people have about James Bond as a character. Um,
Yeah.
which kind of led to a lot of what they did with the Daniel Craig movies.
So thanks a lot, Thunderball.
Yeah.
Actually, it feels like the pop culture consensus on James Bond is basically just this movie.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Right, because there are better Bond movies that could have been how to put it, the ideal Bond movie in people's minds. Um, it's like outside. That's your other. Yeah, you have Molly Peters as Patricia, who I believe is the put upon nurse.
Yeah.
Um, then you have Martine Beswick as Paula, who is the final Bond girl and the sister of the real Largo, or the person that Largo is pretending to be.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Um, and I would say that everybody does their role very nicely. Like
Yeah.
that relationship actually felt like it was not just James deciding that no means yes.
Yeah.
Um, Now, the big selling feature of this movie was, at the time, state of the art underwater action scenes.
And there are a lot of those.
Yeah, I think my overall review of this thing is going to mirror the infamous Pokemon Emerald remake review for from IGN, 7.8 out of 10, too much water, because all the action scenes that take place outside of the ocean are just great.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Yeah. I mean, you even got a scene where Bond's flying on a jetpack.
Yeah, after punching out a man who was cross-dressing as his wife to avoid detection after faking his death.
Yeah.
The literal that's you're a man, baby.
That's a
See,
man, baby.
and that's why he just kept thinking the whole movie. This is like aside from the end of never or you only was
You
it
only
you only
live
live
twice.
twice,
Yeah.
being in the middle of a freaking lava or freaking volcano.
Volcano. Yeah.
Like there is so much of this movie in Austin Powers.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Overall, like you said, like the action sequences outside of the water were great. I will say the final underwater battle I thought was too chaotic, and it was kind of hard to keep track of who was who.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah. Because
Um,
the entire time I'm sitting there looking for Bond, I'm like, okay, where is he?
I don't even think Bond was around for most of that fight.
Yeah, he popped up every now and then.
Because for those who haven't seen the movie, for that scene, it's basically all of the Spectre agents versus all of the good guy agents in an underwater brawl with spear guns and everything.
Yeah,
And I'm sure it was very expensive and difficult to shoot. I would say that the better underwater scenes were the ones where James was having to avoid some sharks, or uh, just like him investigating the plane crash where they'd had the nuke stolen from,
yeah,
or him having to sneak around. Like all of those were very well done and entertaining. But also, this is a bit on the long side. Um,
yeah. It's over 2 hours, isn't it?
I want to say it was almost three.
No,
Um,
it's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
it felt like three.
I feel like well, not nearly as bad as the last Craig movie.
You know what? I will just take people's word on that because I don't feel like subjecting myself to it.
Oh no, yeah, yeah, you're not missing anything. uh, but yeah,
Yeah, like I kind of feel like the Craig movies were like an apology for being Bond,
in a way they are. Yeah,
or it's just like, oh well, we can't have anything lighthearted or fun anymore. It's the 2000s. 9/11 happened. We have to just be grim-faced and ripping off the Bourne identity.
yeah, yeah. Bond has to be serious all the time.
And he has to be, yeah, it has to be sad in a way that, as far as I remember from what I read of the Ian Fleming novels and seen of the classic movies, yeah, no, Bond is very good at getting over dead women in his life.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah. He yes, he gets over it very quickly.
Not to put too fine a point on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude is like, he may actually be a legitimate misogynist instead of that just being an accusation people throw at him.
yeah, yeah. Oh boy, yeah. But but yeah, I mean, this movie
But outside
and
of DB going woke here,
oh yes, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent enough Bond movie. Although probably one of the weaker ones in the Connery lineup. Although I haven't never saw Diamonds Are Forever.
I feel like I might have, but it left no impression on me. Like
Yeah.
I definitely, Goldfinger is definitely the best of them. At least like that.
Oh
That's the
yeah.
one that 25 odd years later, I can still remember a lot of the plot beats. Like just the native idea of stealing a nuke and and making the all the gold at Fort Knox unusable is very ingenious.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and of course it has the iconic, laser scene. Like, you expect me to
Yes,
talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
right. Yeah, Largo is no Goldfinger.
No, no, he's not.
He
Yeah.
does have his moments of sheer villainy, but
Yeah, he's kind of I hate to say, a pretty generic Bond villain. Yeah.
extremely so.
Yeah. But this movie and I think most of the Bond movies, if not all of the Bond movies, are currently on Netflix. So
Which is interesting because most of them are MGM, right?
yeah,
and that's now owned by Jeff Bezos or actually, it's owned specifically by Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
So I guess somebody over at Amazon MGM said, "Forget about market share. We need cash."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, nobody's going to turn down money.
Nope.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I would say this is marginally worth a watch. If you haven't seen Goldfinger yet, go watch that first.
Yes, yes.
You will have a better and happier time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Once you've knocked out a couple of the higher end movies, give this one a go. Also, I want to say the title of this, I had always assumed that Thunderball was like a secret weapon or something.
Yeah.
But then you listen to I'd listened to the theme song done by the late great Tom Jones before, and it sounds like, wait, is Thunderball a dude? What? Because like he takes what he wants, like Thunderball. It's like that doesn't mean anything to me. And
Yeah,
after
yeah.
watching it, it's the name of the operation to try to find these bombs.
Yeah.
And now I wonder if the same creative minds that gave us the name Octopussy were responsible for Thunderball being about trying to find two explosive things. Yeah, like Tom Jones gives it his all in that song. It's a great song from like a singing technical perspective, but it doesn't make a lick of sense.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
It is the second most disappointing Bond theme I've ever heard. The first most disappointing theme, of course, being Skyfall, where I was ready for it to be like, oh, is Skyfall the name of like a space laser or something? No, it was the name of his family estate.
Yeah. Well, at least GoldenEye was the name of the satellite that shoots an EMP.
Exactly. Like it's
Yeah. 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 Well, I think we've said all we need to say for tonight.
indeedy.